I missed Wednesday's episode. My apologies to everyone. My mind is heavily preoccupied with my family's financial situation, so this week my thoughts have been scattered and incredibly stressed. Plowing forward. I'm Jeff Allen Wolf, and this is A World Gone Mad. Let the beheadings continue. Off with their heads. First, Christy No More Gnome. Now, Pam Bondi. Hey, women in Trump's cabinet, Trump is coming for you. So, second go around with Trump. Sound familiar? Remember how many people resigned or were fired in Trump's first administration? Take a guess, Wolfpack. Put your mind back to Trump's first administration. Think how many people were fired or resigned. Rachel Maddow did a chart in that administration, and each day she had to make the text smaller and smaller on the screen showing the amount of people. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to take a guess. I'm going to make a bag of popcorn. Go make a bag of popcorn yourself. Get your favorite drink. I'm going to pause for a couple of minutes. Then I'll start recording again because this is frigging funny. Okay, everyone back? Here we go. Big picture totals, Wolfpack. This is the best available data. The first administration of Trump, cabinet level, this is the most concrete I have, 20 out of 24 cabinet level officials either resigned or were fired. The breakdown, about 14 cabinet secretaries resigned. The rest were fired or replaced under pressure. So at the cabinet level, roughly 14 resignations, roughly 6 forced out, fired. The senior White House staff, the A-team, 92% turnover among Trump's top advisors in his first administration. This includes firings, communications directors, the FBI director, the national security officials, etc. Resignations, voluntary or pressured. The broader administration, the key appointees, 64 resigned, 41 fired, total tracked high-level departures, 105 major departures, 60% resignations, 40% firings. Now, what this really means, Trump's first term had extremely high turnover. No shit. Compared to modern presidents. Many resignations were effectively forced exits, so the line between fired versus resigned is often blurry. The administration saw a constant churn of personnel and acting roles. So to recap Trump's first administration, okay? Fired 40 plus high-level officials, resigned 60 plus high-level officials, total major departures 100 plus. Woohoo! And at the very top level, 20 of 24 cabinet members left by firing or resignation. That's a hell of a scorecard, isn't it, Wolfpack? Okay, here we go. Round number 2. Recap of Trump's second term so far. The bottom line, the simple answer, high-level officials fired 200 plus. Includes inspector generals, NSC, agency leaders. The resigned, relatively low at the top so far. Cabinet, only 2 gone so far. Right? Nome and Pam Bondi. Entire federal workforce, however, resigned. I have to say this without laughing. 150,000 people resigned. Fired and laid off, tens of thousands. Total gone, 300 plus people during Trump's second term. Can we say Donald sure knows how to lead? Wolfpack listeners, this is America. Welcome to the land of the free and the home of the brave. And with a collection of the idiots in charge, with the moral equivalency of a wino in a bad neighborhood who's pickpocketing your wallet. Let's make America morally bankrupt again. Let's make America totally vulnerable to outside people and countries who could attack us. Our country is a joke. Not because America is a joke, but because Donald is a joke. And he's not even a good joke at that. We can do better. Of course we can do better. But that won't happen because the leaders in each cabinet, from Donald Trump, including Donald himself, are the equivalent of Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Everyone remember that? Hopefully you understand who I'm talking about. And for those of you listening right now who don't know Mr. Burns, who this is, let me describe Mr. Burns from the animated Simpsons TV show to you, okay? This is who we've got running the country with Donald and his minions. Mr. Burns is the embodiment of arrogance and entitlement, someone who believes power and wealth make him inherently superior to everyone else. He has no real sense of empathy, viewing other people as beneath him and easily disposable if they're no longer useful. He's controlling, manipulative, sound familiar? Deeply self-serving, always prioritizing his own interests regardless of the consequences to others. Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, he comes across as cold, detached, quietly menacing, someone who expects obedience, values loyalty only when it benefits him, and operates with a mindset that rules exist for others, not for him. Got the picture, Wolfpack? We are screwed until all the Republican bigwigs in the Senate and Congress wake the fuck up and do something. And let me share with you an example of something that just happened yesterday, for those of you that weren't paying attention. Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense of the United States, just fired 4-star General Chief of Staff of the Army, top uniformed officer of the U.S. Army, in charge of overall Army operations, readiness, training, and advising leadership. He also fired 4-star General, Head of Army Training and Transformation Command, oversees training doctrine, future warfighting strategy, and Army modernization. And to top it all off, Pete Hegseth fired the 2-star Major General Chief of Army Chaplains. He's in charge of all Army religious services and the Chaplain Corps. Republican Congressman Congressman McCormick's response when hearing Hegseth fire these generals said the following: "Yeah, I'd be very curious to hear why." Yeah? I'd be very curious to hear why? What the fuck? Where the hell is the outrage from Congress and the Senate? I've said it before, Wolfpack. We've got trouble right here in River City with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for putrid. That's the look, the feel, and the smell coming out of Washington. Let's make America weaker. Let's make America unhealthier. Let's make America remove all of its brilliant scientists. Let's destroy the institutions in our country that protect us from our enemies. Go, Trump, go! Go, Trump, go! In all seriousness, Donald has destroyed this country. Donald has made a mockery of this country. And Donald has disillusioned millions of people in America. Saying the words, "shame on you," doesn't cut it. Those words are inadequate. The feelings we all can convey pale in comparison to the reality of what Trump and his circus clowns have done. America's looking. America's watching. America's ready for real leaders to stand up and take back the control in our country and raise our country back to the level where it once was. Can we sink any deeper? The scary part is, of course we can. Hey, if you don't agree with me, I don't know what else to say to convince you. A lot of people would say I'm preaching to the choir, but someone has to say this out loud, and I will, and I just did. To the intelligent people in this country who care, stand tall and keep the faith. I'm Jeff Allen Wolf. This is A World Gone Mad. I'll be back Monday. Until then, I urge you, the Wolfpack, remain skeptical. Question everything. Please, don't lose hope. And most of all, stay alert.